first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938, Matson celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus, Guam's leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime, honoring those who have served this Veterans Day. Guam and the CNMI joining the rest of the nation for this most patriotic celebration. Plus, a man accused in a home invasion earlier this year is caught. Guam police finding more than just the suspect. And parents getting a first-hand look at what their child goes through during a day at school. We head to a 4th grade class at Talifofo Elementary to see for ourselves.
Hafa and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado. We begin the show by honoring all who served. Dozens across the island join service members to pay respect and thank them for the sacrifices they made to defend our freedom.
A patriotic sound over Ipoh Beach Park this Veterans Day. Military veterans and others from throughout the community coming together.
Thank you for all the sacrifices that you have done. Thank you for allowing us the freedom and the peace and the liberty and the harmony of our island so we can continue living a quality of life on our beautiful island of Guam.
Island leaders sharing special messages.
Originally, this day was known as Armistice Day, in celebration of the end of the conflict during World War I. After World War II, the holiday recognized the service of veterans from both wars, and since 1954, the United States designated this day to honor veterans of all U.S. wars. Today, we join not only as a community or as an island, but as Americans.
Before making their way to Tumon, up in Jigo, motorcycle enthusiasts from all over Guam, many of whom veterans of the U.S. military, gathering this morning at VFW Post 1509 to hit the road together for their Wounded Warrior Ride. This annual event allowing vets to celebrate the brotherhood they'll always have for their dedication, commitment, and sacrifice, honoring each other and those that are no longer with us. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service.
The Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands marks Veterans Day with a ceremony paying tribute to those who served and praying for those currently serving. Antonio Cabrera was one of the many veterans at the American Memorial Park on Saipan Friday. He joined the Marine Corps in November 1965.
Right now, this is a very special day for the people that came today, honoring all our veterans and their families, and all the men and women today in active duty, as well as those that have gone before us.
U.S. Army veteran Denton Pangilinan shares what this day means to him.
For me, it's for the people that said an oath and raised up their right hands, to really remember what we've sacrificed throughout the years, the multiple years, of war, or even during peacetime.
He'll be starting a nonprofit foundation called Remember Me to build relationships among veterans on the island. His film by the same name won Best of Festival at the Guam International Film Festival and raised awareness about PTSD and what he described as the silent battles veterans face. The ceremony ended with a B-1 flyover, which originated from Guam, flew over Rota, Tinian, then Saipan, and made its final pass over Palau. Tomas Maglonia for KUAM News on Saipan.
Illegal guns and drugs are found on a man accused of threatening a woman known to him with a gun. Authorities capturing him nearly 6 months later in connection to a home invasion reported in Ascent. 44-year-old Brice Pascual Charfris is charged with home invasion, possession of drugs with intent to deliver, burglary, terrorizing, possession of a concealed firearm without an ID card, unlawful discharge of a firearm. His accuser allegedly telling police in May Charfus broke the bedroom door lock and began yelling at her before going outside. Multiple witnesses heard the yelling and gunfire, the woman alleging he threatened her on several occasions. On Wednesday, police spotting Charfus in Tamuning, prosecutors alleging they found 2 grams of meth, a digital scale, a .45 caliber pistol, and more than 24 rounds of ammunition in his car. Charfus was convicted previously for a robbery in 2012. A man accused in a knife attack reported earlier this year is fit to stand trial. 44-year-old Robert St. Nicholas Jr. is competent to go to trial in the Superior Court. 2 doctors now confirming this with court following 2 forensic evaluations. Defense argues otherwise, saying St. Nicholas suffers from traumatic brain injury after a separate incident where he had been shot in the head. St. Nicholas is charged with aggravated assault and family violence. It was back in May he was arrested for allegedly attacking a man known to him with a knife. The alleged attack happening at an apartment building in Agana Heights. The victim suffering injuries on his face and body. Police at the scene found St. Nicholas at the backside of the apartment, covered in blood along with the knife. St. Nicholas is back in court November 29th before Judge Maria Senzon. An armed man accused with terrorizing 2 utility workers at a job site down south denied the charges against him in local court. 23-year-old Travis Jerome Uggan pleaded not guilty to terrorizing and multiple counts of assault and harassment. A Superior Court grand jury handing down the indictment against him. Court documents state it was in September Uggan approached 2 Guam Waterworks Authority workers in Mauricio while holding a gun. He allegedly threatened to kill them and even tailgated the pair. The workers in fear of their lives. Police later catching Uggan and taking him into custody. Over in the NMI, the gubernatorial runoff election between Independents Palacios Apatang and Republicans Torres Sablan could happen in just a few weeks. Both camps held press conferences Thursday and didn't pull any punches. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglona reports.
If the same voters show up in the runoff election and Democrats follow their gubernatorial candidates' lead, Independents Arno Palacios and David Apatang would have at least 61% of the votes to win the election.
The coalition is solid. As you well know, Tina in their press conference made a commitment to support us.
But it's unclear how the factions will form. The Republican ticket is also taking a look at the over 4,000 registered voters who did not cast a ballot in the general election but still can in the runoff.
We've been getting supporters from the Independent and as well as the Democrats coming over and saying that they want to support our tandem.
Torres Sablan want a debate to help voters decide.
I want to ask the community, perhaps some neutral grounds, and let's do a debate.
He's the one calling a debate, you better be ready. I don't think another debate will help.
The sitting governor and sitting lieutenant governor are in a tense race for the Hill to decide who will be moving out in January.
Throughout the pandemic, I was the only one working. I mean, if you want to be honest and for me to straight out, you never see lieutenant governor in anything.
To me, those statements are real childish. Really childish and almost sophomoric, juvenile nonsense. The fact of the matter is that what does it take for me to be present in any of these post-disaster situations? I've been out there, just like he was, and I've pointed this out. I don't carry around or I don't drag around a press corps with me.
Tomas Manglona for KUAM News on Saipan.
And just before news time, the CEC on Saipan certified the results of the general election, setting the gubernatorial runoff election date to November 25th, with early voting starting on November 18th, and absentee ballots being sent out as soon as possible. We'll have more on Monday as this story develops. Well, in education news, seeing what your children are up to inside the classroom. Parents of 4th graders at Talifofo Elementary School getting the chance to see and experience firsthand what students are learning so far this school year. Daniel Perez has the story.
It was a day of seeing what their kids learned so far in the school year. Earlier this week, the 4th grade class of Miss Stephanie Concepcion held a book and breakfast event where students read books to their parents and showcased what they learned in English and language, as well as math.
We have our Leblu and Zena Mosta, which means books and breakfast, and we invite parents to come into our classroom to see all the things that their children have learned, and we're also giving strategies that they can use at home to help their kids when they are at home, because it's a good way to let parents see what they're actually doing, so when they go home, they'll understand more on how to help them.
Conception says that after every lesson, they do activities in the areas of science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
I try to relate it to what they like and what they could do for themselves in the community. Like, we just finished the book called The Power of Wow, where a little girl was doing a fundraiser. And what better way to do it to create their STEAM assignment and their STEAM challenge on how could they save our beaches by cleaning it up and conducting a beach cleanup for the whole entire year. So they came up with wonderful suggestions like bait sales, lemonade stand, yard sales.
And whatever they learn in class daily, they take home and share with their parents. Brianna Baza is just one of many parents who attended the event.
I'm just excited to hear him communicate with me, period, because, instead of being on his devices, it's something to talk about. And, it gives us, it gives us an opportunity to communicate with him better, and he loves reading a lot more. And especially with robotics, he comes home and he tries to put things together. So I'm really excited to just see him grow as a person.
Daniel Perez, KUAM News.
The Guam Memorial Hospital's parking lot recently getting a change of pace for Veterans Day celebration. Matsuki Hirayama has tonight's coordinating for a cause.
Happy Veterans Day! It's a special time to honor our veterans for their sacrifice and courage. To celebrate our service members, the AmeriCorps Guam Memorial Hospital Authority hosting a free Veterans Day Outreach Carnival. AmeriCorps GMHA Program Director Melissa Kinata Ronquillo speaks to me in front of a wall featuring veterans who transitioned from service members to GMH employees.
Veterans Day is one of our national days of service with AmeriCorps, and for today we are celebrating veterans, military, and their families. So we're hosting an outreach today and a mini carnival to talk about our programs, what our program is doing here at the hospital as well as in the community.
The AmeriCorps members volunteering at the event ready to discuss financial literacy, opioid awareness and medication safety, disaster preparedness, and civic service through volunteerism. In addition to informational booths, there's games, educational activities, food trucks, and more, making it a lively atmosphere at the Tumuning Hospital parking lot. Kinata Ronquillo also showing me a Veterans Resources booklet she put together.
It has information about veteran sources, resources that hotline numbers, both local and national hotline numbers, different benefits that are available to veterans. We also have all 4 of our focus areas featured in that booklet.
The booklet also informing ways you can show appreciation and honor our veterans. And from all of us here at KUAM, we thank you for your service. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
And still to come on your news, leader Gen Z has arrived to the Guam legislature. Our discussion with Senator-elect Roy Kinata when we return.
Calvo Select Care's comprehensive medical provider network offers our members choice and access to quality facilities locally in Asia, Hawaii, and the continental United States. We provide our members several wellness programs and healthy options to improve their overall health status. Calvo Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Contact us today for more information.
Introducing the new Choice Bundles from GTA. Choose from the services you want and save big when you bundle. Fast internet speeds, unlimited mobile data, digital TV that you can stream anywhere, and digital home phone for Guam's most reliable network. The more you choose, the more you save. Over $1,000 a year. And for a limited time, bundle Internet 75 or higher and get a $100 account credit. Visit GTA.net and use our bundle calculator to see how much you can save. GTA, we start with you.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson. What you need to know from the Northern Marianas. Follow KUAM CNMI on Instagram for the latest regional headlines.
Welcome back. Well, a historic moment for the Guam legislature as they get their first Gen Z. Here's our interview with Senator-elect Roy Caneta. Hafide, congratulations.
Hafide, thank you.
First Gen Z for Guam's legislature.
I believe so. You are correct.
How's it feel?
Feels good. I'm very happy to represent my generation, and I want to echo again the sentiments of the late Angel Santos that generations will come, generations will go, but if the generation today is not willing to face those challenges, then the next generation will face those same challenges. So, I stepped up to run for office so that my generation has a voice in there, and that anyone can run for office again. I come from humble beginnings again, so look, I made it. Anyone else want to step up, run for office, you need to do it now. Make sure the voice is heard and your voice is heard loud and clear.
No doubt. How old are you?
26.
26. I think the cutoff for running for public office.
25.
Right on the cusp.
But I'm not the youngest candidate. I think everyone thought that I was, but the youngest candidate ever to seek office and win is Mr. Orsini. Senator Orsini was elected 24, inaugurated 25.
Wow.
I think Amanda was 29.
28.
Or 28 elected.
But you represent this new generation.
Yes, definitely.
And the LGBTQ population.
Yeah. So I'm very happy to represent those two huge demographics, the LGBT community and the Gen Z.
How old were you when you first decided, I think I'm going to go? I know you've worked for a couple senators before. Was it during those time or even before then when you said, I'm going to do public office?
Well, I think public service has always been my niche. I've always loved helping people. Growing up, I always liked to go to rosaries and family gatherings over, hanging out with at the bars or whatnot. I always rather go help the family and friends. I think when I was growing up, I preferred helping people, especially in school. I wanted to join every club out there. I took on leadership roles, but at the end of the day, it wasn't about recognition. It was just about having a good, successful program and getting things done.
People are really excited to see what you and all the newcomers have to bring to the table. What do you want to say to people who fall within your demo?
Well, I'm going to do my very best to represent you and be as open as possible and serve with integrity and honesty. So hopefully I do good, and if I don't, come find me at my office. You pay taxes, you can find me anywhere.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add just about some of the new things you have to bring to the table, being among the young leaders taking charge?
Well, I come with experience. I come from humble beginnings as well. I grew up in a tin roof house. I grew up in Barragata in a small home, and also grew up in Jigo too. My last name hails from the south, so I think I had a really good niche with all the villages. But we are going to work hard to serve you, the people of Guam, and I will do my very best. And again, please, once I have an office, reach out to me, come visit me. I'm always open to meeting new faces and meeting those I've met on the trail as well.
Finally, Roy, there was also news out of the midterm elections. I'm not sure if you saw similar headlines. The first Gen Z to make it, I think he was 25.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Fox. Yeah, from Florida.
Yeah.
Maxwell Frost, I think. Yeah, so I'm very much happy that we're having a lot of up and bringing a younger generation, Gen Z, stepping up to serve our island, and not only our island, but our nation. So, we got to have representation across the board, from our nennies to our nanas.
Hopefully this is the start of bringing out more of the voters in that
age
group as well.
That is one of my biggest discomforts with this past election and the previous election. We definitely have seen a little drop. I mean, a huge drop, I guess, is like our tourism market. It's a huge cliffline drop from our voter base. Not only is registration spiked, but it's also shown that a lot of people will register, but they don't show up to the polls, and it's very unfortunate. We got to figure out how to get those people out there to register to vote, and also show them that they can trust the government again, because I think our population in the latest census is like upwards of 180 or maybe less than 180. But if only 20,000 people are showing up to vote, then it's very much not the voice of Guam entirely, right? We got to work on having everyone's voice heard loud and clear.
All right, Senator-elect Roy Caneta, congratulations. We look forward to seeing what committees you chair.
Yes, well, we'll definitely find out January 2nd, right? Monday is the first day of the year.
We'll be there for the swearing in too. Thank you.
Yes.
Now for a look at your world at home, here's a view captured of a United flight arriving recently into Guam. The stunning look through the clouds as we see the landing there. The Guam National Weather Service predicting the weekend will be mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Chance of showers, 40%.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
My name is Leonza Selvage, and I have a 4-year-old daughter who goes to lots of learning daycare. So with the rising cost of living, it helps tremendously with bills. I don't have to worry about paying for childcare services. Knowing that this program is offered to our people, most especially our children, I think something to definitely be grateful for. I learned about Programan Panilan from the mayor's offices here, and my initial reaction to the program, I was actually in disbelief that this program offered free childcare services to our people. I wanted to give my mom a break for a little bit, so when I found out about the program, I jumped right on it. I was relieved because childcare at no cost. I'm thankful for this program because I don't have to worry about an extra set of bills coming my way. I'm grateful to the governor, the lieutenant governor, everyone behind the scenes that made this happen.
Need help paying for childcare? Guam families can receive financial support through Programan Pinilan. Learn more and apply at guamchildcare.com.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, basketball highlights on our men's national team competing in India, along with some footage from the UOG Cabo Fieldhouse between MVP and 4 stars. Check it out. Our men's national basketball team picked up the win over Singapore 82-59 in their opening game of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifier held in Bangalore, India. Big man Jonathan Galloway finished the game with the team-high 23 points. Jamar White scored 12, while teammate Ernest Ross chipped in with 10. Guam will next play Hong Kong for a chance to advance in pool play. Keeping with basketball, 4 stars facing the MVP Stars in the Triton KFC Men's Basketball League. Glenn Lorenzo with the bucket for 4 stars. MVP working the ball to John Chaco. Chaco pulls up just inside the 3-point line. Tommy Apatu drives through traffic and kicks the ball out to Singero Maipin for the mid-range J. 4 stars led 24-20 after the first quarter. Sandy Farron hits at the free throw line, getting the shot to fall. E.J. Morey showing his range, couple of feet from behind the 3-point line. MVP picked up the win, 101-83. J.P. Cruz led all scorers in the win with 39 points. Carl Melencio scored 22. Sandy Farron hit for 21 points. Now for some programming news on the stations of KUAM. Monday, November 14th at 4 in the morning, NFL on CBS, the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Switch the channel over to KUAM TV 8 At 11:15 in the morning, NBC Sunday Night Football, the Los Angeles Chargers at the San Francisco 49ers.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
I can't make that amount work right now.
Mom, what is it? Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's child care programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Howdy, folks. Nobody loves a Guam potluck more than I do. That's why I always bring my world-famous chicken, served any way you like it. Original recipe, extra crispy tenders, Kentucky Fried Wings, and more. All right. And nothing completes a meal like KFC's signature sides. Hot mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a flaky biscuit. The world's favorite chicken, right here on the island, and only at KFC Guam. Whoops! Well, it is finger-licking good.
Finally, tonight, your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutouts you submitted on KUAM.com.
On this Veterans Day, we say, of course, thank you to all who served and for all who volunteered and put on the uniform. Thank you, and we appreciate you. And you share a birthday this year with Leilani Ann Indalecio, whose first shout-out says, happy birthday to our oldest daughter. You are special and strong. You are an amazing mommy to our boys. Happy birthday. Love, Mom and Dad. She's from Didido. And happy birthday, sister and Auntie Lonnie, from your nieces,